Hi guys, this is Anae from Anything for Geeks, and today we are going to talk about April Fool's Day. And you might be wondering, what does April Fool's Day have to do with New Year's Day? But that's what you're gonna find out today. So let's get started. First of all, for people who may not know what April Fool's Day is, it's a day on April 1st. And it's just a day where people generally just prank at other people and play jokes. And it's just generally a fun day for people to make fools of other people. So that's why it's called April Fool's Day. That's what it is. And today we're going to talk about what it has to do with the new year. So first of all, what you have to understand is there were lots of different calendars back then, and even now people use different calendars. And by different calendars, I just don't mean different designs on a paper calendar. I mean different months and different times, different holidays, stuff like that. So that's pretty much a basic knowledge. So yeah, in Europe back in the olden days, this is during the 1600s around that time, 1700s, the early 1800s. And during that time, there were two main calendars, the Julian calendar and the Gregorian calendar. And the Julian calendar is named after Julius Caesar, the dictator of Rome, who invented this calendar and, of course, named it after himself. And the Gregorian calendar was invented by Pope Gregory, and also he named it after himself too. And those were the main calendars that people used back then, and even now we use the Gregorian calendar mainly, with a bit of changes, some modifications. And the Gregorian calendar was based on the Julian calendar, but with slight differences. And one of those major differences was when the year started. And the year started on April 1st in the Julian calendar, which is around the time springtime. So I guess that makes sense. But the Gregorian calendar started on January the 1st, which is when we celebrate New Year's Day, or at least a lot of people do in Western culture, because we use the Gregorian calendar. So during the French, in France, during the 1700s, France was a monarchy. There was the Bourbon dynasty, filled with about 19 Louises, I guess. What's the plural of Louis? I'll have to check that out. Anyway, there were a lot of kings whose names were Louis, and they used the Julian calendar, which meant that their New Year was on April 1st. But when the French Revolution rolled about, the revolutionaries changed the calendar. They wanted to change literally everything, literally rip apart every shred of the old monarchy. So they changed even the calendar, and they changed the New Year's date to January the 1st, which was the New Year for the Gregorian calendar. And most people didn't actually even know that this change even occurred. Some people celebrated New Year's Day on April 1st, and people who knew began making fun of them. And that's how April Fools came to be. I don't actually think that's very funny. I mean, for not knowing if when the date changes for New Year. I mean, people back then were not very educated. There wasn't a lot of communication with the law. You had to be very careful if you were if you wanted to know every single detail about the law. And so yeah, there were always differences between when people celebrated. So it's not really funny, but back then people thought it funny. So that's how April Fool's Day came to be. So just a short, fun little tidbit because it is the new year, and yeah, we got a long way to go, and yeah, Happy New Year. I hope you enjoyed this video, of course. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Stay tuned. Bye!